Rare Gem Productions proudly presents Entrepreneurially Thinking. Entrepreneurially Thinking is a presentation of BioSTL and CET, the Center for Emerging Technologies, changing the way you view new ventures and activating your entrepreneurial mindset, empowering you to create new pathways for business success in the St. Louis marketplace and beyond. Here's your hosts, Cheryl and Christy. Now let's get thinking entrepreneurially.
Welcome back to the Entrepreneurially Thinking Podcast. I'm Christy Maxfield.
And I'm Dr. Cheryl Watkins-Moore. Hey, guys, I lead the STEM Inclusion Initiative for BioSTL here in our region. Hey, lady.
How are you?
I am doing well. I think is this the end of season 10?
It is the end of season 10.
Wow.
But don't worry. It's also the beginning of season 11.
Yes.
So it just depends on how you want to look at it. So it's all good. But we are thrilled to be back.
Season 10 has been rocking and rolling.
Well, we got an award. So we got the collaboration award.
Somebody's actually listening to us.
I know. And then they gave us something to recognize that they were listening to it.
Yes.
So Launch Code's Moonshot Award. Yes. And we continue to be very thankful and appreciative of our founding sponsors, CET and BioSTL. Mm-hmm. They've got lots of good stuff coming up this fall, which always gets started in the summer. Yeah. So whenever you're listening, it's a good time to check out their website, see what's going on, and make sure you're not missing any of the good stuff.
Right.
And we actually have our friends today are with us. They are a graduate of the CET Square One program. So if you want to know what the 10-week, 2-night-a-week boot camp is all like, you can get a little insight from our friends. But in the meantime, check out their websites, check out our website, follow the hashtags ETHINKSTL, eThink Podcast, stay listening, find us on iTunes, Spreaker, Facebook, LinkedIn, and wherever you find your favorite podcast.
Wherever you want to be, we want to be right with you. Listen.
Man, I wonder where we've been. I don't. Maybe we don't want to speculate.
I was gonna say
We're glad you're enjoying the podcast. Right. Excellent. So, what are we doing today?
So we crack our own selves up.
Well,
guys.
My husband would say, sitting in a beanbag chair eating Cheetos. That would be him. So I'll let you all just decide where you're all sitting listening.
Yes, and this is quite close to something like Cheetos.
It's really good. It's
when you think of cheese, you probably think of Wisconsin, right?
It's one of the places. They got happy cows.
Yes. Well, our guests today know all about cheese, and they hail right here from St. Louis, Missouri. And as culinary nutrition experts, they've spent years developing a healthy, plant-based, vegan, paleo, gluten-free, soy-free, and grain-free line of cheese sauces.
But even more importantly, there's no dairy.
Oh my gosh.
It's
so we
cheese without
that.
the cheese.
Oh.
And it's amazing.
So you guys can sit next to people.
You mean no gastrointestinal distress? Is that what you're trying to say?
Exactly.
It's the cheese without the cheese.
It's the cheese without the cheese. But hey, could today's show get any cheesier?
It will. I have no doubt it will get cheesier.
So as we always say, stay listening.
BioSTL is a proud founding sponsor of the Entrepreneurially Thinking Podcast. We want you to know about all the great things they are up to, including the BioSTL STEM Entrepreneur Inclusion Initiative and Fundamentals Program for early stage would-be entrepreneurs in the life sciences in St. Louis. You can learn more about all of BioSTL's programs by visiting biostl.org. And for your renewed and continuing support, BioSTL, we say thank you.
Rita Childers with Core Rind, and entrepreneurially thinking to me means working hard and going with the flow.
Joining us today are Rita Childers and Candi Haas, the owners of Core Rind. Mm-hmm. Full disclosure, I have spent many weeks of quality time with them in the Square One program. And subsequently, after that, they were part of the Level Next program that CET does on an invitation-only basis. And they've stayed in touch over the years as they have continued to just kill it.
So you guys are like our dream entrepreneurs.
They are good people, and they have a great product.
Yes.
So I will say that what sealed the deal for me on the Cashew Cheesy Sauce, that is the signature product of Core Rind, was tasting it. because as you know, we like to eat.
Yes.
And as you know, I like my dairy. So I was like, oh, a non-dairy cheese.
You had that little fake smile.
I had that little fake smile. And then I ate it and I was like, oh my God, this
real
is amazing.
smile.
We really need to get these guys out on the shelves. This is amazing. I'm still eating. Oh my gosh. So thank you for being here today.
Yes. Thank you guys for joining us.
Thank you
We
for
are
having
thrilled
us.
to see you. So when were you in the Square One program? That was, 2 years ago now?
I think 2 full years.
2
springs ago.
Was that
Oh
the
my gosh.
start of your entrepreneurial journey then?
Yeah, we hadn't launched yet. So
And that's right. You guys did Ignite. You didn't do the 10-week program, did you?
Yep, it was a 4-week Ignite
Right,
program.
we did.
Yep.
I thought they were in the 10-week, but actually, if I remember correctly now, you called me and you were like, we're going to do the 10-week program. And I was like, no, you're going to go out and just go sell this product.
really, Christy? Are you
And
sure?
then I was like, yes. I was like, yes, you are. You're actually just going to go out and do this, and we're going to connect you with resources. So I just assumed it was the 10-week program, but thank you for reminding me.
So how did you guys get started? You're both from St. Louis?
Mm-hmm. Both from St. Louis. Yeah, we actually met in college when we were super, super unhealthy, and
Of course.
yeah.
Which university?
Southeast Missouri State University.
Okay.
Cape Girardeau. So years later, we moved to the same neighborhood and reconnected.
I was going to say, was that planned or
No.
Wow.
Yeah.
So anybody in your families that are entrepreneurial, or does that go back?
Not even close for me.
Not for you at all.
No, just hard workers,
Okay.
but no entrepreneurs, no.
Wow.
So,
So you guys are the first?
yeah.
Yep.
Wow. So you met, you were in the same neighborhood. How did you reconnected, you said, right?
Yeah, Candi was actually going through a program at the Academy of Culinary Nutrition, and we started talking and realized, we were kind of on the same health journey. So
Yeah, and it was my last workshop. Hey, show what I've learned and everything, and invited Rita and a few other people. And she's like, wait a minute, your kitchen looks like my kitchen. you have chia seeds and hemp seeds and coconut flakes and all this stuff. I'm like, yeah.
So you guys really transitioned from the college to eating healthily, right?
Making
Definitely.
everything from scratch, just kind of.
What?
Yeah. Just
You don't come up with a cashew cheesy sauce without doing some experimenting.
Oh my God. If I can't Google it, it ain't getting made.
This was not Googleable. Now it's Googleable.
I have to go to the Googles to do it.
Absolutely. So how did your health journey start?
Yeah.
What was this just hey, I want to eat clean and natural, or what was going on that made you guys both follow this pathway to chia seeds, etc.?
Right. Good question. I would say it was a combination of things. One, it was our own personal health journeys, as in I was 22, 23 at the time. When I first started noticing I wasn't feeling good, I felt like I had arthritis. I would wake up and my hands would hurt, and it was just I would have to take naps at work instead of eating lunch. I would have to go out to my car and take a nap.
Oh my gosh.
And I realized it was from the food. It was from the food I was eating, was making me sick and tired, slowly poisoning me. And I'm like, wow, I've got to do something. I'm so young, I don't want to feel icky and sluggish.
Old. Right.
Yeah.
For 80 or 90 years.
Right,
that would
exactly.
suck.
I'm my goal is 98 years old. So I got to do something.
And I'm in my 20s, right? Right.
Yeah. So that was just, the personal side of it. And then just families were getting sick. Yeah. So we're we got to do something.
So where were you working before?
I worked at a bank.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So nothing had to do with health or anything like that.
No.
Wow.
Just customer service, being in front of people, which is what I love. But yeah, no food.
And you went into this culinary program?
Yep.
What was your interest there?
Well, like I said, I had to learn how to cook. I did not know how to cook anything. I learned how to make one recipe at a time. Literally, I went to a health expo here in St. Louis, and I was I'm going. I need to learn how to cook. I don't know what I'm doing.
You have to have a relationship with food. That's what Emily's Willing, one of our guests, said. It's actually about having a relationship with food, right?
Yeah, and a positive one.
Right.
Yes.
One where you're not
I was
scared.
going to say, you could have a relationship. It could be bad food. Right.
I knew how to microwave before, but I needed to learn how to do real food stuff.
Wow.
And that's not something that's really
So
taught.
you just took it upon yourself to do a program.
Yes.
Wow.
And Rita, were you on a similar pathway, exploring what was good for you personally?
Yeah, I grew up vegetarian and cooking a lot from scratch. My mom taught me a lot of how to cook from scratch and bake, and so it was a passion of mine. It was kind of like an artistic outlet. But yeah, I saw a lot of family members getting sick, and it was a big inspiration to, maybe teach them how to cook or just
like inspire them.
Yeah. And I think a lot of people, because we live in this fast moving environment, for somebody that cooks from scratch, the eyebrows always go up like, oh my God, when do you have time to do that?
Right.
Because most people, I had gotten into that whole thing of let's grab something and go, and not picking the healthiest choices. It was what was convenient. To eat. So your passion was cooking. And then how did the light bulb come on around you guys connecting and thinking about doing a business together?
Well, our program was really inspiring. So the woman who runs it was so inspiring just how you can heal with food or what you can create with food. So this is the same
program.
Yeah.
You guys took it together. Okay.
Yeah. Almost, yeah, sort of. Like I took it first, and then she went to my workshop, my final finale thing, and she's like, "Oh my God, I'm going to do it too." Yeah.
So you got recruits.
Yeah. The best kind.
Exactly. Oh, that's great.
But cooking personally is very different than trying to take a commercial product to market. So, and clearly, let's just review. Plant-based, vegan, paleo, gluten-free, soy-free, grain-free, dairy-free. So a lot of things that aren't in it. But yet, as I said, an amazing flavor, incredible texture. You can use it as a dip and as in all sorts of different applications, different recipes. So how do you go from the dedication of making something for yourself that tastes good and fits all that criteria to then saying, let's take it to scale? What did that look like?
How did you?
That's a great question.
A lot of
Christy.
crying and a lot of.
Because I would be like, score, done. I have this cheesy thing that isn't cheese. Then and like.
Well,
my own personal victory.
How did you guys come up with cheesy? Anything with cheese first versus anything else?
Well, just because they're not eating dairy doesn't mean they don't like cheese.
No, I mean,
they just want an alternative.
So many different foods. How did you come up with that?
Well, we have comfort foods. Everyone has their comfort foods. And that's the big thing when you're eating healthy. It's like going back to those childhood foods.
Mac and cheese.
Want that, you want that food.
Right.
There's no getting away from it. So that's where the cheesy sauce came from.
Yeah, okay.
And like you said,
human. Yeah, come on.
Right. Making that stuff from scratch all the time is also not fun. We saw, we went to the grocery store and couldn't find anything like that just to grab off the shelf, and we knew other people needed that healthy comfort food easily. So
that's interesting.
How long did it take to come up with the recipe that you felt like nailed it?
A year and a half.
Yeah, year and a half.
Trial and error.
Many trials. About 150 is what we figured out. It just took us time and time again. Like we were just looking at pictures the other day of like her in my old kitchen, like just posing like with my dog with like, I don't know, the 89th version. Like almost there.
So had you guys already been through the Ignite program and now you were...
you were pretty far along by the time we met.
Yeah, I was trying to think of the timing. We'd already been to the farmer's market and did our market research there.
Okay.
We actually had 12 products at the time. So like juices and drinks and bites, but people were like so honed in on this cheese sauce.
It's amazing.
Yeah, and we were just so excited to hear like, oh wow, like of course no one knows how to make this at home, and like of course like it's just like this amazing product that everybody loves. Yeah, like let's do something with this.
So Ignite just helped you do what? If you guys had already done some of your market research testing, what was Ignite? What was that process for you guys to be involved in it? What did it help you do? How did it help you move to the next level?
We really were able to narrow down our target market and really think about that. Like, who are we actually selling to, or who do we want to sell to? Who really wants to buy this product? And then we also were connected with, some mentors and just able to talk to people in the CPG community, which we were not connected with at all until we met Christy.
CPG for many people means what?
Consumer packaged goods, yes.
They're old timers now. They're like CPG this and supply chain that.
Exactly.
Whatever.
Oh my gosh.
And I remember having those conversations like, you're not trying to sell to me. Like, I'm not seeking out dairy-free things. I'm not seeking out paleo things. I'm not, I just happen to, because of this experience, eat it. And as a person who wants the whole enchilada on all of this anyway, I'm like, that's amazing. Right. But I'm not actually your target market. I'm an ancillary. You're going to take my money if I want to give it to you. But there are folks who are actually looking for this product, and how do you find them, and where are they, and what are they doing? So I think we went round for round on that for a couple times, like we do with all entrepreneurs.
Yeah.
Like, that's a hard one.
It is.
It's a surprisingly hard one, because I lovingly say that Rita and Candi are part of my crunchy granola set. And I mean that with all the love in my heart. They're right there with my tree huggers. And I step into those zones on occasion. I just don't spend all of my time there. But when I do, I have some. I do, but when I do, it's with some cashew cheesy sauce.
There you go. There you go. Wow.
So, how have you evolved since that program? Because again, when you said, "Hey, we're going to do the 10 weeks," and I was like, "No, you have other things you need to be doing besides sitting in a classroom." What does the business look like today?
Well, we're on Amazon. That was soon after. Yeah.
Wow.
We sell a lot on Amazon, so it's very cool because our product is shelf stable. So a lot of our competitors are refrigerated. So we have a competitive advantage there. We can sell online and on our website, and it's pretty awesome.
So you didn't just jump from leaving Ignite to this. What was the process? How did you get to getting on Amazon?
Well,
After you found the product that you were going to develop, I'm sure you had to find, are you out of your kitchens making this? I think you probably are, right?
Initially,
right?
But
like
not now.
Just the testing time was a-okay to be in the kitchen, but after that, it had to be a commercial kitchen.
Right. I just wanted you to say that because we have a lot of people who want to go into foods.
Interesting.
Trying to convince them that you can't do this in your kitchen if you want to sell it someplace else. So so you moved into a commercial kitchen. Yeah,
we started a church kitchen in a basement. So that was really interesting. We're like, okay, this is the beginning of a really awesome story, right? We're starting in a church kitchen basement. So that was great for a while. And then we moved on to another place. Actually, it was right after the FDA told us, what kind of special equipment we needed. So then it was like, okay, now we have to seek that out. Right. And it wasn't actually easy. It was really hard to find the special equipment and like availability in the kitchen.
Did you all purchase that, or did you find an organization that you could work with because they had capacity in their kitchen?
Luckily, we could do the second thing because, even a used piece of equipment like that would be a few $1,000s. And as we've scaled, we would have had to like buy more and more.
Right.
That the smaller kettle that we started with would not be okay now. Like we need a much bigger.
Right. And not just the equipment, but the facility. And we were definitely not ready to run our own facility. So.
Wow.
Yeah.
So farmers market was the starting place.
Right.
Yeah.
You tested the market. You moved not too long after that to also adding Amazon. And most recently, you sealed a deal with Whole Foods, correct?
Yes.
Ooh, yeah.
Congratulations.
Thanks.
No, and one of their mentors was Mark Bowers from St. Louis Makes. And I know Mark is always a start small, take it step by step kind of guy.
Yeah.
How did that work out for you all? Do you feel like that was sound advice?
Oh, definitely. Oh my gosh. That happens a lot, by the way.
Yeah, we do that too.
We spend a lot of time together.
Yep. Sounds very familiar.
I was going to say, 2 bodies, 1 brain. Very familiar. So when we come back, we'll explore more of the 2 bodies. Actually, 4 bodies, 2 brains.
Oh my goodness. So much brain power. So little time.
Purpose First Advisors is proud to support the Entrepreneurially Thinking podcast. Purpose First works with entrepreneurs and the organizations that support them to accelerate business formation, scaling, and transformational growth. For more information about how to work with Purpose First Advisors on business model validation, financial modeling, core messaging, or other growth and profitability strategies, Visit PurposeFirstAdvisors.com.
CET, the Center for Emerging Technologies, is a proud founding sponsor of the Entrepreneurially Thinking podcast. We want you to know about all the great resources they provide, including the Square One Ignite and Bootcamp programs, as well as the online startup toolkit. The toolkit has videos, articles, and other materials to help you build your business. For more information about CET's programs, visit CETSTL.com. And for your renewed and continued support, CET, we say thank you.
I'm Candy Haas, and I'm with Core Rind. Thinking entrepreneurially means to me that you see opportunities and you just go with your gut. You make those calculated decisions, but at the end of the day, you've got to go with your gut.
So when you share a brain, it's all this stuff comes very easily. and it sounds like, we did the farmer's market, Amazon, Whole Foods.
So easy.
So easy.
Right.
What have those step functions really entailed for you all?
Mm-hmm. Wow, that's a great question.
Making a lot of different connections in the community and just talking to people and just following up with people, networking. Mm-hmm. I don't think we had any idea how important that really was. Just continuing to talk to people because a lot of people in the community have gone through this before. There are a lot of food startups. So it's really important.
Right. And sometimes it's not like that first person you meet, but it's the person that they know that knows the other person that's like perfect for the thing that you need. So,
and that's perfect for many entrepreneurs who say, I don't want to talk to anybody about my idea because they're going to steal it. And I think we always say, there is nobody going to steal your idea, okay?
Well, don't hand them the recipe to the Cashew Cheesy Sauce. But talk about how you need the right kettle and the right location and how might you scale and what was your first retail location. So in addition to Amazon, did you guys start with smaller retail locations? I'm assuming so before going to Whole Foods.
Yeah, we sure did. We got some great community support like right away. Local Harvest, Seeds Cafe.
Awesome.
Max Local Buys.
Love that.
Yes,
Kira Vegan. I
met
know.
Mac the other day and really enjoyed his shop.
Isn't he fun?
He is. He's very fun.
Yeah, so we got some amazing community support like right away, and we're just like, wow, this is so cool. Like, this is happening. So that was great.
So how did you guys, where were you storing product? Did you have to find a warehouse, distribution networks, all of that? How did that work?
At that point, it was our basements.
Their personal warehouse.
Right. I was say
personal warehouse.
FDA, they kind of like don't like that. But
when you're small, like, what are you going to do?
Right.
But yeah. Then we eventually started renting space from the place we were making the sauce. So.
And today your operation is where?
In a few different places.
Yeah. We're at a Copacker now, so it's very cool.
Interesting.
We've been working with the Copacker for maybe 3 months now, trying to...
So tell our listeners what a Copacker is.
So it's someone who manufactures your product for you. So that's
so they actually do have the recipe now.
Yes.
Because they're manufacturing.
That's kind of a scary thing.
It's a tricky thing. Yep.
But we found one that we trust, and we've been working with them to get the process down because that's not an easy thing either. Scaling it from making it in any other
Small
facility
batches,
to a different facility. So
Yeah.
Wow.
And that's also a common step function for our food entrepreneurs is a co-packer. And yet that is one of the scariest inflection points because it does mean handing over the recipe. It does mean taking some of the supply chain control out of from underneath you directly. And you have quality control issues and taste, texture, color, all of those things. And you guys are marketing a very specific product.
Right.
Not that others aren't, but you have very high standards in terms of product integrity.
Yeah, so it was very hard to step out, like, and not be right there with the equipment, like, making it. That first time, it was like, are they doing okay? Like, what are they doing? Is it okay? Like,
but that's
a baby. It's a first baby.
Yes, it's a cheesy baby.
It is your cheesy baby. And that allowed you to take the step function you needed to get the volume because you need to now be able to provide pallet loads rather than...
Yeah, it's going to help us really be able to fulfill because before we literally had to like hold, it's a great problem to have, I guess. We had so much demand that we had to hold some back to be able to like fulfill Amazon and go to the Tower Grove Farmers Market and other events that we've been doing around the country. So now it's like, okay, we're going to hand over this piece of the business. They can make it, and then we can do our thing and sell and market it.
So did you ever think working at the bank, this is what you would be doing? And
Definitely
what were you doing before?
I was in marketing for a website. Yeah.
Okay. So you had both of you guys, finance, marketing. But did you ever think that you'd be packing food up and shipping it out to Amazon and Whole Foods?
No.
I think maybe every few weeks we say, did you ever think that we'd be doing this? Did you ever
And if you need an in-between reminder, my mom's really good at that. She's always like, did you ever think? I'm like, seriously? Did you ever see me thinking about this?
No. Who could have thought this up?
No.
Oh, my gosh. No. So how did you guys get the Whole Foods connection? And the Amazon connection is amazing, too.
Yeah, the Whole Foods. I'm going to address that one. So Whole Foods was really interesting. Like, just over time, we've networked and met people who are in Whole Foods. Like, we have a bunch of food pals who are in Whole Foods. We're like, wow, that's so cool. We're going to do that. We're going to do that. Like, from day one, we pretty much said that.
We'll be in Whole Foods soon. Yeah. Coming soon.
Speak it out to the universe and it happens,
yes, right? Definitely. We're into that. So, so basically, we had the right contact, but at first they weren't responding. They weren't responding. It was like, oh man, okay, what's going on? But I think it was just
what's going on? They get 2 million requests from small business owners a day. Right.
Exactly. But for us, it was like, this is our cheesy baby. Why aren't they listening? What's going on? Actually, one day I just walked in and had a personal matter to ask someone about, and they're like, "Oh, let me get the manager." I'm like, "Oh, wow, okay." I'm like, "All right," and then my brain starts turning. I'm like, "Wait a minute! This is the store manager. I'm going to just see what happens. I'm just going to be like, hey."
He probably came out thinking she's pissed about a product.
Yeah. Well, maybe she was, but then she segued. Right.
I totally segued, Christy.
And took advantage of that's opportunity meeting preparedness.
Exactly.
Yeah. So it took him we had a really good chat. Such a nice human being, and we just had such a good time. And I'm like, hey, what can you do? We want to get in the store. This is the perfect store. There's been so many times where we've literally been at Whole Foods and I'm like, oh, let's go get our cheese sauce. And then it wasn't there yet, but it felt like it was there.
Yeah.
So
because we wanted to eat it for lunch.
Because we wanted to eat
it. And you didn't want to have to make it from scratch.
Right, exactly. Yes. We literally eat our cheese sauce at least once a day.
Yeah, it's really good. It's really good.
So what's the process in getting into Whole Foods? Did you have to do a taste? Did they have to taste the product? Because they're very particular about brands that they bring in.
There are only certain times of the year when you can submit your product, whatever the category is, so shelf-stable, grocery, dips, salsas. So we submitted. They had to try it. They liked it, but there were some things. They had suggestions about some things, So, our packaging, the price, everything. So it's actually really nice to get that feedback.
I'm sure they're like your partner.
Yeah, definitely. And that's the store we want to be in. So we took
nationwide. So you might as well take some cues.
Take the direction. Yeah. So we actually took some months to change the jar and to kind of get the price point down a little bit. And but it takes a full year usually, because if you submit 1 year and then it won't be on the shelves until the next year. So it's a long process, even for just the local market.
And what is the marketing strategy you guys are looking at moving forward? So this is the tip of the iceberg, right?
Yeah, definitely.
So we are still focusing online. We're doing a lot of social media. We love, to reach our customers on social media and partner with other brands to do giveaways and kind of get our customer base expanded in that way. And we also have booked a lot of events this year. So we're doing Veg Fest outside of St. Louis, so in different states and cities. And it's just kind of like fuel for us too, because we get to see people try it and they just get so excited about it. And it's just all over social media in the coming weeks,
That's great.
Yeah.
That is really
kind
great.
of a grassroots approach still.
Are you guys looking at expanding your product line or anything on that?
TBD. Sounds like a little foreshadowing might be occurring.
Just going to say,
Well, what I'm intrigued by is, like you said, there's an energy that you derive from watching people try it for the first time.
Absolutely.
And that's exciting for you. How else are you staying healthy while building a business? Because this all started from living a more healthy lifestyle, cooking, sourcing, and you've exponentially expanded the amount of, this isn't going to a 9-to-5, right?
Right.
Mm-hmm. Right.
So how do you balance that now that you're growing a business that is health focused, but not necessarily healthy on a day-to-day basis?
That's such a good question.
Took some practice.
It's definitely, and it takes practice like every day. It's like, okay, I've got the choice to like keep emailing or like, I don't know, breathe for a second and literally like enjoy the sunshine that's happening today.
Yeah.
I know.
After so much rain, like
Yes.
go outside and like literally walk around the block and just
Right.
like take in the nature that's all around us. I feel like that's a big one for me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For me, it's realizing like this never ends. You could seriously continue the work all day and night, no matter what, and it will never end. So you have to set those boundaries so you stay healthy and can put that creative energy into your business and, you know, in a way that thrives instead of just being on a grind all the time.
Yeah.
So
How much cooking are you guys doing at this point? Are you able
How
to
do
cook?
you know this, Christy? Yeah, it's definitely less scratch cooking.
Well, I mean, I'm just starting my journey to have a healthy relationship with food. So I'm like, how are y'all doing it? Because like this food prep thing is killing me. But, you know, so having gone there where you made it your primary focus, and I just imagine the pendulum swings, right?
Yeah, it does.
Yeah, I mean, I guess, I don't know, just finding other brands like us, actually, who have put together products who are totally real food, like awesome, nourishing, but it's fast. Like that's literally like another reason why we're doing this.
Yeah.
Is for people who are really busy. Like,
Right.
So we are one of the busy people now. Like,
Right.
So,
And
yeah.
Going back to my other question, what are you guys looking at doing next? I mean, are you looking at developing another new product, or what's on the
that sounds like a
horizon?
great way to get your cooking in is to do some R&D.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh yeah, we're doing that. We're doing that.
So what's the other comfort? That's the real question
Yeah.
is, what are Candi
What's
and Rita's comfort foods? Therefore, what will the next product development
Or
be?
will it come
'Cause-
from comfort foods? Or
Yeah.
what are you guys thinking about?
Well, we like the cheesy
We love cheesy,
line. So,
Me too.
there are lots of options there.
right? Yeah, we could just make different sauces. We could take that cheese and make it wear different other outfits. I don't know how to say that.
We don't want to give away too much,
Right.
but
So
There's a
maybe
lot of ideas.
Flavors and
Yeah, I was gonna
varieties
say
is what
flavors,
we're hearing.
right?
yeah,
Yes.
or even different,
Even different foods.
Well, I don't think
not to be
anyone's
vague
going
or
to
anything.
steal the idea based on that. That's a very broad category. They're doing foods.
I love
Excellent.
them. And they look at each other as they say it.
Well, we just hope you'll call us when you do decide to tell the world what it is, or at least give us a shout out on social and re-air the show or something whenever that comes along. So, what besides Whole Foods, where can folks find you if they want to get a jar?
coreandrind.com or amazon.com.
Awesome,
Find us
great,
there.
and they can just look up Cashew Cheesy Sauce.
Yes.
I'm going
Cashew cheesy
tonight.
sauce.
Whole Foods is right up the street. I'll be looking for you guys.
All right.
Awesome.
Absolutely.
By the
Thanks.
chips and dips.
You're
Chips
not
and
making
dips
the
aisle.
chips, but
No, buy the chips.
I know. Okay.
Near to,
By the
adjacent
salsa.
to.
Yes.
They're giving you a way to hone right in.
Okay, I got you.
What aisle? Aisle 3, maybe.
Maybe.
Depends on the Whole Foods. That's one of the Whole Foods. We're learning
Yes.
the stores.
Excellent.
Toco, so we got to find out where it is in Toco.
Well, we really love that you made some time to spend with us and to share your story, and we're just so excited to see where you go from here. So thank you.
Thank you
Thanks
guys
for
for
having
stopping
us.
by.
It's been so fun.
Yes.
Changing the way you view new ventures, unlocking your creativity and innovation, igniting your thinking about entrepreneurship. It's entrepreneurially thinking. Get connected and discover more. Visit entrepreneuriallythinking.com to listen to all your favorite episodes and learn more about our guests, hosts, and sponsors. Feeling inspired? Be sure to share your thoughts, questions, and stories in the comments section. And don't forget to leave us a 5-star rating on Apple Podcasts. The best way to show love is to share and subscribe. Let everybody know that you're entrepreneurially thinking.